There's a question on the minds of many homeowners lately. Are solar panels worth it? Undoubtedly, you've seen solar panels slowly starting to pop up on rooftops in your community. Recently, I've started to give a lot of thought to whether or not we should add solar panels to our home here in the great state of Michigan. If you've ever found yourself wondering something similar, let me walk you through my thought process right now. In this video, we can weigh the pros and cons while considering the time, money, and even energy required. Hey everyone, this is Andy Hill from Marriage, Kids, and Money, a channel dedicated to helping you strengthen your family tree and live financially free. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Solar panels can seem like a serious commitment to homeowners. With most panels semi-permanently fixed to your housetop, they're a much more long-term commitment than paint colors or holiday decor. They can be costly too. So why are more and more homeowners adding them then? Well, there are some major benefits to residential solar. Let's go through them right now. Pro number one, increased affordability. When residential solar panels first came onto the scene, the cost seemed sky high. Thanks to a federal residential solar cost tax credit, solar panels became much more affordable. According to the current tax credit, you are entitled to a tax credit for 1% of the cost of your solar system. From 2022 to 2032, your tax credit is 30% of the cost. This current tax credit rate lasts through 2032, so you have plenty of time to make up your mind. However, you want your panels installed by 2032. After that, the credit is set to decrease. Pro number two, decreased energy costs. One of the most obvious reasons to install solar panels is the energy cost savings they can afford homeowners. Your savings depends on a variety of factors, and those factors include the following: how much energy you use each month, the amount of solar panels installed on your home, and the power your solar panels can actually create. While you might not see cost savings from day one, you should feel optimistic about future savings. Recently, one report revealed that electricity costs outpaced inflation over the last 12 months, with electricity increasing by 3.6% and overall inflation at 3.2%. By saving more money on energy costs, you can allocate money to other parts of your budget. Pro number three, more self-reliance. In recent years, many people have found themselves wondering if they're maybe just a little too reliant on others. There's a push to grow your own food and make your own household items. Creating your own energy is no exception to this trend. Still, solar panels aren't just for homesteaders and people who are looking to live off the grid completely. You can stay in your sweet suburban abode, I promise. If you've ever found yourself frustrated during a neighborhood power outage, solar panels can definitely help in that situation. When your solar panels are paired with battery storage, you can keep your lights on no matter what's happening in your neighborhood. Pro number four, increased favorability with buyers. When solar panels first came onto the scene, people weren't sure how future buyers would feel about them. Even if panels become increasingly affordable to install, you might still think twice, especially if you aren't sure how long you're going to live in your home. However, recent research shows that many prospective home buyers look very favorably on panels themselves. In a 2015 Berkeley Lab study, appraisers across multiple states found that buyers are willing to pay a premium for solar panels. In fact, buyers viewed the panels as upgrades, similarly to how you might upgrade a bathroom or a kitchen. Now let's jump over to some solar panel cons. Once one family decides solar panels are worth it, you are likely to see other houses add them as well. But why doesn't everyone have solar panels, you might be asking? Well, for some people, solar panels aren't worth it. At least not yet, anyway. Let's take a look at some of the drawbacks of solar panels right now. Con number one, high startup costs. The cost of solar panel installation has indeed dropped in recent years. Still, for some families, the cost is still too high, with averages ranging from $15,000 to $35,000 depending on your state and other factors. That's a lot of money to part with. Our video sponsor, Energy Sage, can help you get a better understanding of what it might cost specifically for you. They are a free service that helps provide specific quotes for your area with no unwanted phone calls. That way, you're not totally guessing on your total costs for going solar. Of course, the federal tax credit can take some of the sting out of solar as well, but you have to remember that it's simply a tax credit. Homeowners either cover the cost upfront or take out a loan. Then the credit is deducted from the income tax you owe the year the solar system is installed. Con number 2, sunlight dependent. Solar energy depends on sunlight. Yeah, that means that your location can impact how much energy your panels generate. If you live in a place with poor weather and low sunlight, solar panels might not make as much sense. For example, since I live in the suburbs of southeastern Michigan, having 290 cloudy days per year impacts our decision. Of course, battery storage can help offset the cloudy days, but that is another cost to consider since solar battery systems cost extra. Con number 3, not compatible with all homes. The direction your home faces could impact the effectiveness of solar panels. Does your roof face east or west? Well, that's not the best situation for solar energy. Instead, if you have a south-facing roof, your solar panels will actually be in the direct path of the sun for most of the day. Additionally, the material of your roof can determine whether or not solar panels are a good fit. Clay tiles, slate, or wood often doesn't work well with solar systems. As a result, the position of your home and the material of the roof might keep you from being a solar panel candidate. Con number 4, semi-permanent design. Some people shy away from them because they aren't sure how long they are going to stay in their home. Solar panels are semi-permanent, so it's not something that you can pack up onto the moving truck when you move to your next place. Instead, the panels stay with the house. Many homeowners now see solar panels as a plus, but not everyone feels that way. Solar panels make more sense if you plan to stay in your home long term. That way, you know that you'll be in your house long enough to take advantage of the cost savings. So now that I've gone through the pros and cons, let's get personal. Are solar panels worth it for me? Well, in short, money talks, my friends. Let's talk money. Energy Sage helped me access accurate local quotes for solar panels in my area for free. And I didn't have to enter a phone number, so there was no need for me to dodge any follow-up calls. Let's take a look at some of the helpful results that I received from Energy Sage. If I were to pay cash, I'd be looking at a $42,000 net savings over the next 20 years. A $21,000 net cost, allowing me to find my payback time frame in around 8 years. After working with Energy Sage and getting these results, I thought through my specific situation in 3 aspects. The first one, our overall financial situation, of course, the specific quotes from Energy Sage, and other uses for our money. Let's explore these 3 aspects in more depth. The first one, based on my financial situation. Well, my family is financially secure. That's a blessing. It wasn't easy and it didn't happen overnight, but we feel proud of what we've accomplished. We're debt-free, we've got a fully funded emergency fund, and ample retirement savings for our future. I was able to make the leap into entrepreneurship, and recently we bought a new car based on our solid financial footing. We even paid off the mortgage on this home that we're considering putting solar panels on. As a result, we could come up with the money the solar panels require. Before you make any decisions about solar panels, you want to be clear on your own financial situation. Someone who doesn't have an emergency fund or has high interest credit card debt probably needs to strengthen their financial situation first before solar panels. When we realized we could move forward with finding funds for solar panels, we had to decide what the financial payback would be. Now let's talk about based on quotes as the next level. After receiving the results from Energy Sage that there would be a minimum 8-year payback time frame, that gave me pause. Not seeing any financial gains for nearly a decade is a bit hard to swallow. It isn't just that we can see better payback using our money differently, it's the fact that we aren't sure where life will take us in the next 8 to 10 years. Currently, we're parents to a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. In 10 years, our family dynamic is going to be a bit different. Will we still live in this current home that we're even talking about right now? Will we travel more often? Since we don't necessarily know what the future holds, it's hard to make a decision today for a payback that is that far down the road. Plus, it raises all sorts of other questions if we do sell our home. Just because we're interested in solar panels doesn't mean everyone will be. And then lastly, based on what else I could do with that money. To answer the question, are solar panels worth it? I work through the same process I do with any other purchase. I always consider what else I could be doing with that specific money. So what would I do with an extra $10,000 or $20,000 or more for that matter? These are some of the things we're currently most excited to consider spending our money on. Building an early retirement bridge account so I can fully retire in my 50s with my wife, or investing for generational wealth for my kids so that they can live debt-free and experience a coast-fire lifestyle early in their lives. Investing in my small business so I can continue growing online passive income, or saving up for a new-to-us car. One of our cars is like 7 years old right now, and we don't have a ton saved up for it, so that's something we're considering. And upgrading our home's interior and exterior. I'd like to get a basketball hoop for the kids. I'd like to get some new landscaping, maybe some new furniture when the kids are a little older and they're not making pillow forts out of all the furniture. You know, things like that. Thinking about other ways we could spend the money certainly gave me additional pause. That doesn't mean that we won't ever install solar panels. It just means that they aren't at the top of our priority list right now. So, in the end, are solar panels worth it? Well, solar panels probably aren't worth it at this point in our lives. We currently have a long list of ways that we'd like to spend our money that will give us more time freedom and enjoyment today. However, we aren't ruling solar panels out entirely. The idea of doing something that could benefit the environment and our community is appealing. If the price continues to come down and the payback time shortens, we will continue to explore our options with solar. If you're interested in solar panels, be sure to check out Energy Sage. Even though we're not moving forward with solar panels right now, I'm glad that I have my free Energy Sage account so I can keep checking in on prices as they change over the coming years. Technology prices can decrease significantly over time, and that is definitely the case with solar panels. According to CNET, solar panels prices have dropped by 50% over the last decade. So who knows what those prices will look like over the next few years. With Energy Sage, I can keep tabs on my specific area and see if it makes sense in the future. Learn more about Energy Sage and get your free quote by accessing the links below or by clicking the link in our video description. This is Andy Hill from Marriage, Kids, and Money, signing off. Carpe diem.